Bad information impacts all of us. Scams threaten all of our finances. Political misinformation undermines our democracy. When it comes to the coronavirus pandemic, health misinformation threatens all of our lives.
In human history, it has never been so easy to spread misinformation to millions of people so rapidly.
My name is Laura Walters. I'm a journalist and I have been a victim of misinformation. I got a cold call from a new website looking to publish news content. Everything seemed very normal, like any other kind of freelance commission. I wrote the story on Chinese influence in New Zealand, and then I literally thought nothing more of it. And about 3 or 4 months later, I got a call. Turns out that the FBI had actually tipped off Facebook. This news organisation wasn't a news organisation at all. It was the same troll farm that meddled in the 2016 US presidential elections. From there, it's been a deep dive into learning about how our networks are infiltrated to try and spread misinformation. I could have completely avoided this situation if I had applied the scrutiny in the same way that I do when I'm investigating a story myself. If I can show how it happened to me, maybe I can help other people avoid it. It's been a real wild experience for me.
You know, it's important to remind people of the dangers of information and the new ways that people can share information that present risks to all of us, but also the internet as a means of sharing good information. Yes, we're all confronted with more information than ever, which makes it hard to tell fact from fiction, but at the same time, fact checkers like us can use the internet and the reach that we have to correct the record quicker than we ever could and directly to people.
You can verify a story in many cases by simply typing in the claim that you're not very sure of and putting fact check next to it, for example, on your preferred search engine. There's a very good chance that the top results will actually take you to one of the fact-checking organizations' website that has already looked into that claim. Fact-checking organizations have looked into well over 100,000 claims. Just when the pandemic started, within 1 year, they've looked at over 10,000 claims only related to the pandemic. There were quite a few stories circulating that were false, that were offering very simple cures to the disease, such as if you inhale steam.
And that it would cure coronavirus. It just seemed completely illogical. But when people are just overwhelmed by the amount of information and they're scared and they're anxious, you know, it shows that they can believe things.
It's interesting, when we're sort of anxious, we have, on the one hand, a need to actively go out and find information as a way of explaining what's going on, or even to help keep us safe. But at the same time, the research shows we also experience paradoxical inability to process complexity, which altogether means that when we are anxious, we are even more susceptible to bad information.
There are tools online to verify, for example, fake images. One of them is Google reverse image search, where you put in an image and search for that image.
It is a really useful way of seeing where that image originally came from. Something like this would be a huge news story. So if it's not being reported by trusted news sources, that might be a clue that it's not actually true.
Deepfakes is a big concern, and it's a growing concern because it's completely new technology.
The wonderful world of deepfakes. AI and VFX.
In the future, that technology is going to be perfected, and then we would really struggle to tell whether that video is not what it's meant to be. And so more technology is coming out that would help curb the spread of misinformation in the form of plugins that you could download and attach to your browser. They could tell you what's less credible and what's more credible. Algorithms that could help the social media platforms detect automatically and very rapidly which stories being circulated that are not true. I'm quite hopeful in our ability to tackle the spread of misinformation in the future because more people are aware of the issue and because AI technology is becoming far more effective and powerful in determining what is credible and what isn't, and in reducing, if not stopping, the spread of that misinformation.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed that, be sure to check out these videos next. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and click the bell to get a notification each time we upload a new video.